lovely people, it's Nicole, and today I am doing the To All the Books I've Loved Before book tag. I'm a huge fan of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, both the book and the movie, and I thought it was super cute that there's a book tag for it now. This was originally started by, excuse me, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, Frankinessence, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, but it's a lot of fun. Basically how it works is that there is a book prompt for each boy that Lara Jean has a letter for that's kind of inspired by the role that that particular crush played in her life. So the first question slash boy is Kenny from camp, aka your first book love. As much as I love my Harry Potter and my Percy Jackson, I think my actual first book love may have been A Wrinkle in Time by Cornelia Funk. My parents had a set of like a few different audiobooks that we would always listen to on long car rides, or that my sister and I would listen to while we fell asleep. And The Thief Lord was always my favorite. I listened to it so many times falling asleep. It feels like this story is just like ingrained in my bones now. Basically, this is the story of two siblings who run away to Venice after their mother dies because she always told them stories of how amazing and magical Venice is. And their aunt and uncle, who they're supposed to go to, only want to adopt the younger brother and are kind of Dursley-ish, let's say. They're a little Dursley-ish. So they run away to Venice and join this group of child thieves run by the mysterious Thief Lord. It's so much fun. It follows both the perspectives of the two boys and then also a private detective their aunt and uncle hire to find them. It is just the most beautiful, magical story, and it just warms my heart every single time I think of it. Next is John Ambrose McClaren AKA The Book That Got Away, or a book that may not be your all-time favorite anymore, but you'll always love it. And that one for me is Harry Potter. Look, I will always be a Harry Potter fangirl. It's, you know, it's just a part of who I am. I have a Harry Potter tattoo. I love Harry Potter, I really do. J.K. Rowling's behavior in the past few years has made that difficult for me though. It's not my favorite anymore. It's great, it's amazing, I love it, I always will. There are a lot of things that I struggle with in this series and issues I have, issues that more recent books resolve and actually do really, really well. So as much as I love Harry Potter, I can't say it's my all-time favorite anymore, and that breaks my heart. Next is Lucas from Homecoming, aka your GBF, or your favorite LGBTQIA plus book. And for that, I have The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. This holds such a warm place in my heart. I'm not usually a historical fiction person, but if you've watched my channel at all in the past, oh god, year and a half, I think now, this book is just, it quickly wormed its way into my heart. It's about a teenage boy who goes basically on a road trip around Europe with his best friend who he's kind of in love with and his sister. It's queer. The main character is bisexual. His sister is ace, which, no, if you read this book looking for ace rep, it's very ambiguous in this book, but the author has confirmed it on Twitter, and apparently it's more thoroughly explored in the sequel, which focuses on the sister. It has some really interesting discussions of like disability at the time, and feminism, and sexuality, and like racism at the time, but like most of all, it's just a really, really fun adventure full of family and love and friendship, and it just makes me so genuinely happy. Speaking of books that make me so genuinely happy, the next question is Josh Sanderson, aka The Book Next Door, or a book that you'll love no matter how many times you reread it. And surprise, surprise, Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I have read this book probably like 8 times now. I've talked about this before, but I didn't mean to keep rereading this book. As soon as I finished it, I just felt this compulsive urge to like flip through it again and reread all my favorite sections. I have annotated this book. This is one of the first books I ever actually annotated, just because I had so many emotions about this book. No matter how many times I read it, it will always just make me smile and brighten my day. And finally, the last question slash boy is Peter Kavinsky, aka your one true book love. And honestly, this kind of took me by surprise while I was sitting down to think about this, because like I said, you know, my go-to favorite used to be Harry Potter or Percy Jackson or Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, all of which I still very much love. But upon reflection, the book slash series that I just keep going back to, that is on my mind at least like minimum once a day, that I cannot get out of my head. I can't stop thinking about, I can't stop obsessing over it, I can't stop being in love with these characters, and that has been kind of an everyday constant in my heart since the day I read it several years ago. It's The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakavic. I never expected this stupid gay sports mafia to get into my head so much, but it's so good. It's so good. It's ridiculous. It's so extra at times, but it's written with such sincerity and the character work is so well done that even once you're in the midst of all this dramatic underdog sports team stuff and like this ridiculous Japanese mafia drama, it's still so good. And it's still just addicting. I'd give a synopsis, but it wouldn't make any sense. Just know that it is a gay sports mafia book with like an awesome found family aspect that explores themes of like abuse and drug addiction and poverty and like consent, and just really has like really aggressively healthy relationships in the best possible way. This book is amazing, and I cannot say enough good things about it. Alright, so those are all the questions in the To All the Books I've Loved Before book tag. Let me know what your answers to any of these questions are in the comments. I tag everyone who's watching this. I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye!